Welcome back to another Scraplift Crafternoon. This time we are scraplifting Christine Harden, and as you can see right up here, she has a really cool layout that has some leaves and some birds, die cuts on a half wreath, and then the rest of the wreath on the other side of the paper. So I am utilizing the rest of. I'm still trying to get through my Wonders collection. You've seen this a few times, I think, the last couple months. And I'm going to be using the die cuts, some papers that I've cut out. My plan is to fussy cut some butterflies because I am doing a picture from our local brewery that has one of those wings. So I think that's fun. I'm going to try to use some of the butterflies for that and basically replicate this layout. I've got some flowers, some leaves, some birds. I've got a lot of different stuff in here. I've got a few stickers. I've got alphas. I might be able to use some alphas. So we'll just see how many of these die cuts that I can get on this page. Really, it's a fun way to use up your die cuts. This is a great example of how you could use up die cuts on a page. I also have one of the sheets left of stickers, so I'm not sure, but I think I might use Reasons to Smile or Smile or something like that. I was thinking the wonders of a smile, maybe, but we'll figure it out. I'll definitely do something um, and use some of those. So I'll put you on fast forward and I will come back and we'll. Okay, so I am here. So I laid out what I think I'm gonna do there with the die cuts before I put you on the video because that really did take a long time. And I'm just trying to make sure that I knew what I wanted to use. Now, some of these die cuts are very large, and I think you guys can remember from Paige Evans or even from Vicky Booten lately. There's a lot of really big embellishments. I wanted to go ahead and put my photo down first so that I can build the hoops around it. I'm going to do some popped up and some not popped up. But basically what I'm doing is replicating what she had by using bits and pieces, the florals, the birds, the bugs, the everything, and just trying to build a semicircle. Now, ways you could have done this smarter than me. You could have drawn, used a plate, used a circle, used something, drawn a circle so you had you weren't just trying to eyeball it. I really wish I had done that, but I didn't. Other things you could do is not have your tape be complete disaster. For those of you that watched last week's video, this was actually recorded before last week's video. I did this video first, so I promise, the tape is better now. But man, it was, and everyone that has sent me the shim videos or the places to get tape, thank you so much. I've gotten so many people who've sent me, hey, I feel so bad for you. I see you struggle, and here's what I do, or here's how I do it. It's awesome. Thank you. And I'm using all of those tips, but the biggest tip I can say is when you get these wonky tape holders that are horrible and they're not right, go ahead and just throw them out and buy new tape. That's my real advice. I have loved my ATG forever, and this has like been the weirdest 3 months of having to try to use it. Anyway, so things I would have done better that if I were you and I didn't do this, I would have drawn a circle so that I can map it out, and that would have made this easier. Also, I probably would have turned this paper upside down. So I chose to have the ombre go light to dark, which made sense in some cases for just aesthetics. But you'll see later when I try to do the journaling on it, I'm journaling on the darkest part of the page, and that kind of makes it hard. So those are the two things I wish I had done differently. Otherwise, I really am enjoying the aesthetics of this. This is another page that I would never have attempted had it not been for the scrap lift. So to actually just take all of these die cuts and use them and make a shape with them, what a great idea. And mainly a great idea because how many of us have collections where we're down to 2 or 3 pieces of paper, but we have 2 or 3 containers of die cuts left, packages of die cuts, and we're not sure what to do with them. Well, this is what you do with them. You take them and you use them right on the paper. One piece of paper, and I can't even count, 15, 20 die cuts that I used. Word die cuts, birds, hearts. They didn't have to make any sense, but they did have to, be able to be shaped. So what I ended up having left is some really big piece of flowers. So luckily for me, and I don't know if it's going to be before or after this video, the challenge for the next big thing this month is large embellishments. So what you're going to see is you're probably going to see me use the rest of this Wonders collection and some of those large embellishments on a page this month to try to use those up for large embellishments. But like I said, so great. Now I am popping up a few of these left and right. Now, one of the things I liked about hers that I didn't quite replicate to the best of my ability is she filled in almost every space. She had enamel dots, she had little pieces and parts, and it was really cute. So I tried to use some of these clear stickers that came with the collection to poke in and out of places. And that's what I'm doing here is I'm filling in to try to make these wreaths as full as possible. Now, hers looks fuller than mine in some places, and that does kind of bother me, and I wish I had a way to fill it out. I'm going to end up adding a few little touches, a few more butterflies, a few more stickers, just to try to continue to make it look even fuller. And that's what I wanted to do, is use it up. I was kind of excited when I finished this page about how much I got on it. And it doesn't, even though I used a lot, it doesn't look overdone, at least not to my eye. That's kind of the beauty of this particular layout. So I think, oh, and these ladybugs just made my whole heart happy. I did want to finish with one little floral up there. Now, the one thing I haven't done, and I'm going to regret, is I didn't cut the branding strip off the top. So I'm going to have to try to put that in my cutter. And I have the Tim Holtz cutter that is not, I don't know what you call it, the big rotary cutter. And it doesn't allow me to put kind of thickness underneath the blade there. So it is a little bit hard because that bird is on foam. So I did have to struggle with that a little bit. But I'm popping a bunch of stuff up. I'm popping up my cute little butterflies, giving their wings some dimension. And what a fun idea. So I'm interested, if you've got this far in the comments, have you been doing any of the scrap lifting with me? Have you been looking at these layouts and following along and trying to do some of the scrap lifts? I have found this to be the most exciting hop I've ever been in. I wasn't sure how long I would last, and knowing that it was a weekly hop, it was kind of a challenge, because doing a page, having to have a video done every week is more than I've ever done for my channel. And I was not sure that I could actually, first of all, commit to that. Second of all, really, it's a lot of pages to do. I mean, I think all of us kind of recognize it's a lot of pages to get done, right? And not only have I enjoyed it, I have found it so creative to be able to find all of these different, and really, I think it's Tara has done just an amazing job of making sure that we have different kinds of layouts every month, every week. So this one is a lot different than, it was more of a simple page we had last week. I don't know if you remember, it was a 2-page layout with the big white circle. And it was a little simpler. This one's a lot more embellishments. So every week it's a little bit something different. And I've really enjoyed that. Now, the fact that that little banner is not centered is going to drive me insane, but I cannot lift it up. If I try to lift it up, because I print my pictures at home, it will tear. So I just have to get over it. I did put 2 more stickers there, 2 more dragonflies, and now I'm trying to lift it up, and I realize, nope, I can't. Don't worry, I'll try one more time. Yep, still trying. Really think I can do it. And I end up going with So Wonderful and having little dots. And I think that is basically kind of what I end up with. Now I'm looking at this and I'm realizing I did my circle on the left a lot more, with a lot more radius than she did. And so it's poking out a little bit more. So there's something I need to fill that in. So I get one of the heart stickers and a butterfly, and I just add a little something there, just so I have something on that page. And then I had these buttons from a Disney page kit that I was using that I didn't use. So I'm going to add 3 buttons to kind of add a little something, just filling in the space. That's all I'm doing is filling in the space. And in a second, you're going to see a close-up of the final layout. I hope you've enjoyed this. And next week, I will be back to scraplift another page. And I hope you'll hang with me. I'll see you next time on Scraplift Crafternoon. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.